Salute champions, welcome to another one-on-one PvP guide video for the War Within Season 1. Today we're going to talk about Marship Hunter. I'll show you the best talents and build to use. I'll also talk about the stats and I'll show you which gear I would go for if I were you. I'll also show how to do the normal rotation, the burst rotation, and at the end I'll show you the best comps to play Arena as a Marship Hunter. This is the best build in the game for Season 1 for the War Within. The left tree is standard, nothing I would change a lot. You can play without high explosive trap if you want, so you can drop this point and you can put it somewhere else. You can put it into Scrappy, reduce the cast time or reduce the cooldown of your intimidation and biting shot. You can put it into emergency self to make yourself a bit more tankier against certain setups. You can even put it into Trailblazer to give you some extra movement speed when you're not out of combat, when you're trying to run away from someone. Or you can put it into binding shackles, so every time when someone gets out of your scatter shot or out of your intimidation, they'll deal 10% reduced damage to you. I like to play with this one. Another one that you can optionally swap out is this one right here, called a Tranquilizer. I personally don't, because I like to purge off magical effects. I want to tranquilize magical effects from multiple persons, and this one works really great into Battleground Blitz. But if you don't feel the need to use Tranquilizer Shot and purge off multiple magic effects from multiple players, you can drop this one, and you can also put this into Scrappy, binding shackles or emergency self or trailblazer. I'll just keep it back to like this because this is the most universal useful one. And on the right we have the Marship Hunter tree. Few things you want to go for because we're playing with the Dark Ranger hero talents. Your kill shot is being replaced by Black Arrow, which deals shadow damage, and that one's absolutely great for executing people and doing a shit ton of damage. We want to buff that damage as much as we can, so we go with killer accuracy to increase the crit chance and Razor Fragment, so every time you get a death blow proc, your Black Arrow will deal 75% increased damage and will also put a dot on the target as well. Furthermore, you want to pick up Wailing Arrow and into Readiness. Readiness makes sure whenever you cast Wailing Arrow, it resets the cooldown of your rapid fire. You want to pick up True Shot and also calling the shots here at the end to reduce the cooldown of True Shot. Make sure to grab 2 points of focus aim, so then your aim shot on rapid fire will deal 5% increased damage. And then there are a few options like that you can play around with. I've had a lot of fun with this one in both single target and multi-target situations. There's a few things that have changed. Steady Focus used to be a 2-point talent, now it's only a 1-point talent. And also another changes, like before you had to cast Steady Shot twice in a row to get a haste increase. Now it's only one Steady Shot that will increase your haste. So this one's really nice to keep this buff up to maintain it. You should make sure that before you burst, you have the Steady Focus buff up to increase your damage output. Over here we have another change. We only had improved Steady Shot before, which made sure like your Steady Shot would generate 10 focus. But now they make it standard, so like for every Marship Hunter, they made it so like Steady Shot will give you 10 focus anyway. So with this talent, you'll get, instead of 10, you'll get 20 focus. I think it's unnecessary. You don't run out of focus that often. I rather go with Pin Cushion, which makes sure like after using Steady Shot, the cooldown of your aim shot is reduced by 2 seconds. And because you're running with Steady Focus, you will cast some Steady Shots. Usually when you have nothing else to press or when this buff is about to run off. Here in the middle we have the Dark Ranger hero talents, not much to explain. Changes your kill shot into Black Arrows and also deals a lot of shadow damage, gives you survivability with Smokescreen. This build, guys, it wrecks people in Battleground Blitz and also in arenas. Onto the PvP talents. There are 2 mandatory ones in my opinion. Survival Tactics, even though it got nerfed, it used to reduce damage by 90% for 3 seconds. Now it's down to 2 seconds. Then still 2 seconds is enough to absorb big incoming hits, like for example a Chaos Bolt. The other mandatory one in my opinion is True Shot Mastery. This will flat out reduce the cooldown of True Shot by another 20 seconds and it will make sure you'll get a full bar of focus so you're ready to burst immediately. Especially in arenas, this one's very useful because most people's defensives are like kind of like a 2-minute cooldown, and this one will bring it down to 1.7 minutes. That's really important because then at your first go they can use the defenses, but whenever your True Shot gets back, they'll not have the defenses ready again and you can maybe kill someone. Here we have the third one, is kind of like a flexibility talent. I usually like to run with Diamond Eyes, so whenever I ice trap someone, I don't have to worry that any AoE or stupid stuff will break the trap. They are stuck unless they trinket out of it. Another one that's really nice to play around with is Chameral Sting. Chameral Sting has 3 effects. The first one for 3 seconds is a massive slow, can help you get away from pesky melees. The second one is really the most important, the most impactful one, which makes sure your target is silenced for 3 seconds. And then for the last 3 seconds, it will turn into Viper Venom. It will reduce the damage and healing of a target by 20%. Usually these 2 are the ones you want to go for as your third pick. I think next we'll go to the stat priority and I'll talk to you about some gear. You want to stack agility as high as possible, versatility to at least 20%, then mastery, then haste, and as last, critical strike. So for gear, we have to know that the tier set bonuses in PvP are nerfed by 50%. The 2 set for Marship Hunter causes your arcane shot and multi-shot damage to be increased by 20%. In PvP that will be 10%. And the fourth set, consuming precise shot, increase the damage of your next aim shot by 20%. In PvP that again will be increased by 10%. I would recommend is to complete the fourth set using the head, shoulder, gloves and leg. Leave the chest out of the tier set because otherwise the chest will have a really high critical strike rate, and critical strike is a stat that we are not really interested in as Marship Hunter. You should have a mix of crafted gear, conquest gear, and you can even have some bloody tokens gear in there from World PvP. It's an easy way to get it pretty fast. For the head slot, I would go for the Lightless Scavenger Skull and make it into a tier set. For the neck slot, I would go with the Algari Competitor's Amulet, crafted with the stats Versatility and Mastery, and I would put the Elemental Focusing Lens on that one. For the shoulder slot, go with the Lightless Scavenger Taxidermy. That is another tier set. For the back slot, go with the Forged Gladiator's Shawl or Forged Warmonger's Cape. The Forged Warmonger's Cape is one used with bloody tokens, so if you do some World PvP, it's really easy to get. For the chest slot, go with the Forged Gladiator's Chain Tunic and don't turn this into a tier set. For the wrist slot, you can go with the Forged Gladiator's Chain Wrist Guards or the Forged Warmonger's Arm Guards. And the Forged Warmonger's Arm Guards, again, you can buy with bloody tokens to make the process of getting gear quicker easier. For the hand slot, I would go with the Lightless Scavenger's Mitch, and this is one of the tier sets. For the belt, I would go for the Forged Algari Competitor's Chain Girdle, which is a crafted one with the Elemental Focusing Lens embellishment on there. Or you can go with the Warmonger's Kins, which is from bloody tokens. For the leg slot, I would go with the Lightless Scavenger's Stockings, which again is a tier set. For the feet slot, I would go with the Forged Gladiator's Chain Boots or the Forged Warmonger's Greaves. The Forged Warmonger's Greaves is again one that you can buy with bloody tokens, which is absolutely nice. For the rings, we have slot 1 and 2. For the first slot, I would go with the Algari Competitor's Signet, which is the crafted one with an Elemental Focusing Lens embellishment. And together with the necklace that I mentioned earlier, this is gonna be your second embellishment piece and your last one. For the second ring slot, I would go with the Forged Gladiator's Signet. And for the trinkets, we have two situations kinda. One if you're playing a human and one if you're not playing a human. For everyone who's not playing a human, go with the Forged Gladiator's Medallion and Forged Gladiator's Insignia of Alacrity. For everyone who is playing as a human hunter, go with the Forged Gladiator's Badge of Ferocity and Forged Gladiator's Insignia of Alacrity for some increased damage.
Okay.
Easy.
Normal rotation is as follows. You want to use Black Arrow whenever it's available. Then as a second priority, you want to use Rapid Fire as often as you can. The third one to maintain is use Steady Shot to maintain Steady Focus buff, which increases your haste by 8%. So if you have nothing to press, you can use Steady Shot to keep it up. Or if the buff is about to fall off, you can also Steady Shot again. After that, you want to use Aim Shot whenever it's available. As a fifth, you want to use Arcane Shot whenever you have the Precise Shots buffs, which increases the damage of the Arcane Shots. And with the tier set, in return, it will increase the damage of your aim shot. Use explosive shots also, ideally when you're able to rapid fire, because you fire an explosive shot, then you rapid fire, and like when the rapid fire finishes channeling, the explosive shot will also go off, which kind of increases like your burst potential. But if you don't have explosive, you can skip step number 6. And then as last 7, again, use Steady Shot when you can't cast anything else, and then use it as a filler. So here are champions for the normal rotation. We're going to start off with a Steady Shot to increase our haste. So let's go. Steady Shot, let's do an Aim Shot to spend some focus. Black Arrow, Rapid Fire. Arcane Shot, Aim Shot. Arcane Shot, we can do Rapid Fire again. And let's do an Aim Shot into Black Arrow. Let's go. Build some focus back up. There we go. Aim Shot. arcane shot, do a steady focus, black arrow, aim shot, and then we should do an explosive shot, rapid fire, arcane shot, back to aim shot, and then black arrow. And that's how you're generally gonna continue what you're doing. And also replay it here, so you can see right here what I'm casting. And yeah, normal rotation is pretty easy. Burst rotation is a bit more effort. I have like 11 steps that you have to go through. So the first thing you want to do before you really want to open up is put a hunter's mark on a target, because it will increase their damage they'll take from you. Before you also burst, like after your hunter's mark, you want to make sure that you have the steady focus buff up by using steady shot before you burst. And then actually you want to use an aim shot. When the aim shot is still traveling through the air, he's probably still above 80%, which allows you to cast quickly a black arrow after your aim shot as well. Then after that, or black arrow whenever it's possible again, you want to use rapid fire. You want to spend rapid fire before you activate true shot, because with your readiness talent, your rapid fire will be reset. But then after your rapid fire, you use true shot, you use wailing arrow, freeze up another proc of rapid fire. So then you use rapid fire, aim shot, rapid fire, and then after that you just continue that priority system. During true shot, you will not spend arcane shot. You will not spend the precise attacks you have for boosting arcane shot, but it's kind of useless in your burst. It's better to just continue pumping out aim shots and rapid fires back to back into black arrows. So here we are, champions. We're ready to burst. So we're gonna open up with hunter's mark into steady shot, then into aim shot using black arrow right after. Then using rapid fire, using true shot, using wailing arrow, rapid fire, and then aim shots, rapid fire, black arrow, weaving back and forth as we go. So let's go. Burst. Yes. Big damage. You don't want to spend the precise buff stacks. You don't want to do that. And it's just weaving back and forth now between aim shots and into rapid fires and into black arrow. And that's kind of how you do the burst. Like, it's not something really complicated. As an extra bonus, I'll just tell you quickly what I think are the best compositions for arenas. I'll cover the 2v2 with a healer and the 2v2 with another DPS spec. And also in 3v3. I'll just show you what I think are the best and the worst comps. Alright, for 2v2, I want to start off, if you want to push high rating, it is advised to start off to play with another healer with you. So if we go with 2v2 with Marship Hunter and a healer on S tier, I would put Marship Hunter and Discipline Priest or a Restoration Druid. On the A tier, I would put Marship Hunter and Preservation Invoker or a Holy Priest or a Holy Paladin. On B tier, we have Marship Hunter and Mistweaver Monk. And on C tier, I will put Marship Hunter and Restoration Shaman. For 2v2 Marship Hunter with another DPS spec, we'll have the following. On S, I would put Marship Hunter and Subtlety Rogue. Moving on to the A tier, we'll have Marship Hunter and a Feral Druid or a Retribution Paladin. On the B tier, we'll have Marship Hunter and Shadow Priest. And now moving on to the 3v3s. On S tier, we'll have something that's called Jungle Cleave, which is Marship Hunter, Feral Druid, and a Discipline Priest or Holy Paladin. Also on S tier, we'll have something called Fuck Cleave, which is usually Marship Hunter, Subtlety Rogue, and then a Discipline Priest or Holy Paladin. And then also on S tier and 3v3s we have Cupid Cleave, which is Marship Hunter, Retribution Paladin, and a Discipline Priest. Then moving on to the A tier, we have something called the Scatter Play, which is Marship Hunter, a Shadow Priest, and a Restoration Druid. Also on A tier, we have Marship Hunter and Devastation, which of course Marship Hunter and Devastation Invoker combined with a Holy Paladin, Restoration Druid, or Discipline Priest. Also on A tier, we have something called as PhD, which consists out of a Marship Hunter, an Unholy Death Knight, a Discipline Priest, or a Preservation Invoker as the healer. Moving on to the B tier, we have Beast Cleave, which is Marship Hunter, Enhancement Shaman, and a Restoration Druid or Holy Priest, and maybe even a Discipline Priest. Also on B tier, we have Outlaw Fuck Cleave, which is Marship Hunter, an Outlaw Rogue, a Holy Priest or a Discipline Priest with you as a healer. And then also as the last on B tier, we have something that's called KFC, which is Kung Fu Cleave, which is a Marship Hunter, an Arms Warrior, and then with as a healer, a Holy Priest, a Discipline Priest, or Restoration Druid. In my opinion, those are the most valuable arena compositions that I just mentioned. So we cover the 2v2 with a healer, the 2v2 with another DPS, and also the 3v3. So yeah. So I hope guys this guide was useful for you and you can get yourself ready to dominate in PvP. If you did find this guide to be helpful, please leave a like for me. And maybe consider subscribing. I'm a small content creator and yeah, everyone who subscribes helps me out massively. And it's much appreciated, so thank you already for doing so. If you're interested, I also have a Discord server where reaching me is a bit more easier and you can just ask me anything and I'll just regularly answer. You can find that invitation link to my Discord server also down in the description. So thanks for watching. This was Commander and I'll see you in the next battle. Salute!